Good morning, everybody. I wanted to start doing videos to go along with my devotions again. I did it a long time ago, and I think it's a little more effective when you can hear someone talking to you, not just reading words on a page. So let's just get right into it. Today, the devotion was on His time, and it made me think about how often we get in an altar and we're praying for God to do something. We're praying, we're fasting, and we don't see results for a very long time. It could be a few months, it could be a few years, and you're wondering, is he ever going to do it? Sometimes we even get prophesied over. God's going to do this. He's going to do this. You don't get an X amount of time. It's just he said he's going to do it, and your part in all of it is having to trust him. Can you trust him when it goes on for longer than 6 months? Can you trust him when it goes on longer than a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years? I went through a personal trial with our family, and it went on and on for years, and I'm like, I didn't have anything. All I knew is he was going to work it all out for my good. I didn't know what the end of that thing was going to look like. He didn't say, all right, I'm going to do this in this amount of time and it's going to be over. No, I knew it would end, but I didn't know when, and I didn't know what the end was going to look like. And during that time, I had to learn how to trust him. And maybe a lot of you out there are in that place right now. You're having to learn to trust him. And when we learn to trust him, it's not just in that one area. You're learning to trust him with your whole life. You're learning to trust him with your finances, with your emotions, with your children, with your spouses, with your other family, your parents. Just because we're saved doesn't mean we have parents that are saved. Neither one of mine were. I prayed for my dad for a lot of years, and I prayed for him to be saved, and the day before he died on his deathbed in the hospital, the Lord granted that. And I know he's in heaven, but I didn't know when it was going to happen. And, it up to the very last second, and that's all about God's time. And sometimes we think it's too late, and, we're begging and pleading and crying, God, right now, if you don't do it right now, it's just not ever going to happen. If you don't do it right now, then it's going to be too late. You think about Lazarus, and they're like, you're too late. He died. And, everybody's like, where were you at? Talking to Jesus. And, he knew he wasn't late. He knew it was more about their faith than it was about that one particular thing. And maybe that's what it's like for you. Maybe God's wanting you to stretch your faith. Learn to trust him. It's not about that particular situation. It's not about that family member getting saved. It's not about having enough money when you think you should have that money, because when we think it's too late, God's right on time every single time. His ways are not our ways. His time is not our time. We go on for months and years, and that's just a little second to God. It doesn't make that much difference to him. Now, he cares about everything we care about. What he loves us. Think about your children. If your children are distraught over something, it literally breaks your heart. But a lot of times as parents, we look at this thing that our children are facing, and maybe we can see the end because we've been there. Maybe we can see the little things that they can't, like when they have friends. We can look at our kids' friends and almost automatically know if they're a good friend or not. It's a little harder for us to see for ourselves, but God can see that. He knows every person in our life. He knows everything they think and feel about us. He knows if they're really for us or not, just like we can for our children. See, we don't know all those little details, so we think everything needs to go the way we want it to go, but most of the time the way we want something to go is not the way God knows it'll work out. Romans 8:28, that's one of my favorites, and I know it's a cliche. He will work all things out for your good. It doesn't matter what this person does or doesn't do. If they disobey God, then that's on them. God's still going to work it for your good. If you're doing what you're supposed to do and you're in line with His word, He's going to work it out for your good. Now, I've had times in my life where I wasn't saved, and God still worked things out for my good. The only answer to why is because He loves us. That's it. That doesn't mean you're going to like the way it works out. You know, when it works out for your good, it's for your good. And going back to our children, sometimes the things we do for them that we know are for their good, they don't like it. But that's just the way life is. Adjust your expectations. Don't expect everything that happens to make you feel good. It might be for your good and not feel good at the same time. And think of waiting as more of a lesson in trusting God. If you focus on that thing you're waiting for instead of focusing on God and what He has for you, it's going to be a long wait. It really is. Patience is a fruit of the Spirit. And the only way that we can grow stronger in that area to show that fruit is to be tested in situations where we have to be patient. That's probably why most of us don't pray for patience. But just today, if you're struggling because you're waiting on something, maybe you've been waiting 20 years, trust God. There's no quick fix. There's no, it's going to get better right now. When it does, it's going to be like that. When God does it, it's going to blow your mind. It's going to be better than you could have ever imagined. But just trust Him and enjoy the journey to get into where you think you want to be. God will show you amazing things. He will do amazing things through you. Just be patient and hold on. And y'all have a great day.